Good evening, everybody. My name is John Kennedy, Great Basin Team 1 Operations. We're going to give you a little fly-through on the fire northwest zone of the August complex. So we're going to take you down. This is a pretty good overview right now. So the area of concern right now, and we're really making some good progress on, is in the Blackburn Creek area. This area here, you can see how steep and rugged this country is, but we got forced a pretty big hand with the red flag warning the last couple of days. We got some big wind events, but we had a few spot fires come over the line, a tenth of an acre, 2 acres. They were still within our dozer lines and our control features is what we call them. And so we totally flipped the switch. We're completely in mop-up operation now. We're working off those containment features and working interior to secure that perimeter. It's looking really good, and we're feeling really comfortable with that piece of line right now. As we move north, we're tracking up north here. You can see some old burn scars, and the black line that you're seeing on the map is basically what's basically contained and controlled right now. There's no red heat signatures from our infrared flights at night, and those areas are still in patrol and monitor status. We do have resources all through that area. As we move our way up towards another feature here that most of the people are aware of, it's called Coffee Pot Mountain. And as we slide down, we're going to head a little bit to the east here. You'll see that big red heat signature there. So that is the west fork of the Van Dusen River. And within that area, where you're seeing that big red area there, there's a bunch of dead snags in that area. Very unsafe for firefighters to be working in, especially with the winds that are influenced with the topography up at that elevation. So we completed some ground ignition, firing operations. That's where the crews work from our control lines and introduce fire to the wildland environment, if you will. And we got in there with a drone, a UAS, and we did very pinpoint surgical aerial ignition. It's called PSD, and got some more depth on that burn, so it's not really going to push and get established back on the other side of the Van Dusen drainage. We're going to travel up north here. We're going to, this is again is looking really good up here. We have crews up there working this whole perimeter off these road systems, which is great for us because it gives us quick access. And this is all looking really good. We're going to start working our way back down towards the Ruth Lake corridor. And again, you're seeing a lot of black on the map. That's just from all the hard work, from all the resources that have been out there with the boots on the ground. Again, this is looking really good. We're also monitoring a lot of this area with our aviation resources. We have an air attack up every day, flying, following these perimeter lines just like we're flying. And if they have any targets out there or any hot spots, they'll give us the information and we go address those. Coming into Ruth Lake, this area was pretty well impacted from the fire several weeks ago. And we've got resources on both the east and west side of Ruth Lake. There's been a structure assessment team, a damage assessment team they call DIMS teams that have already passed through the area doing assessments. And our folks are out there making sure the structures are secure. We still have some green islands up next to some of these structures, and there's still some small potentials in there. Also, what's been going on in this Ruth Lake corridor is PG&E is working on restoring power for repopulation. They've been using helicopters to fly power poles up in the higher country and to establish those power grids for repopulation. Also, infrastructure work's been done on the roadways to make sure that they're safe for people. And we have crews going through identifying hazard trees that were impacted from the fire so that nobody can get hit by a tree or get stuck on the road or whatever else. As we travel north, we're going to work our way up and over towards Highway 36. So again, this is looking really good. We're showing a little bit of heat up there, but that's not indicative of what's actually out there. There's probably some spots and stuff that are laced together with these red lines. As we continue up Highway 36, you can see, we're in patrol monitor status up here, up on this ridge system. And we're going to kind of work our way down to the Trinity River corridor. And you can see again, look how steep this country is. We've got some pretty good access points off the road systems, but it drops down there pretty rapidly. Now we're down in the Trinity River, and look at that. That is some steep country, and it's looking really good as well, though. So we've got resources, aviation resources and ground resources monitoring off these road systems. That flank of the fire you see right there hasn't been very active the last few days. As we continue up the corridor here, we're going to work our way up towards Irish Mountain. And Irish Mountain has actually been over on the northeast zone, and you can see we're still showing some spots and stuff through here as we work our way up these canyons. And it's natural fire. It's not introduced fire by us. And it's looking really, really good. So we're up here at Irish Mountain, and Irish Mountain is a pretty big pivot point for the Northwest and the Northeast teams. We've been supporting Northeast's operation, and it's looking really good up there. I flew it the other day, and they've done some really solid work up there. They've got lines in around all these red lines you're seeing on the map. They've been addressing all the hot spots and everything that could escape from the road system. And things are going really well. They got hose lays up there. They got mechanized equipment up there. And things are going very, very well. I will say this, that from Great Basin Team 1, all the crews that are working out there are really invested. They care about your community. And, our goal is to get people back into their homes, get them in safe, and get this fire secured.